Welcome everyone, it's Gray Shirt Guy, rock the gray shirt as always. Back for some more Odyssey, Torment, and Judgment. We'll skip the fanfare today, we'll just get right into the packs. Hope you are having a great week. Let's just open these bad boys up and see what we got. You know, I noticed that the Odyssey is 350 cards in the set. It's a large set, because way back in the day, it used to be large set, 2 small sets, is how it used to be for a while. At least when I started playing. And then it went to like 2 medium-sized sets. It's kind of weird. Now it's like single large sets at a time. Overeager Apprentice minion. Discard a card from your hand. Sacrifice the Overeager Apprentice to make. It's basically a Cabal Coffer. Or you got to do a lot to do it, so it's not really that big a deal. But it basically gives you 3 black. Could be useful if you're trying to get a specific thing going on. Dedicated Martyr. Sacrifice the Martyr. You gain 3 life. Another Pardic Swordsmith. We've seen this one before. Croson Archer. I have this in my my Selesnya Archer deck because it's actually a Centaur Archer. They rechanged everything. If it has a bow in the art, it is now considered an Archer. At least I don't remember when they changed that, but it's definitely been retconned to be an Archer. May block as though it had flying and discard a card from your hand. It gets +0/+2 until end turn. Not bad. Oh, another Morgue Thief. Rites of Spring. Discard any number of cards from your hand. Search your library for that many basic land cards. Reel those cards and put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. So that's not bad. You can use this to get to Threshold very quickly and get a whole bunch of lands. So not bad. Dirty Were Rat. Already seen that before. Pilgrim of Virtues. That's pretty cool because that's one of the horrors it's either in this set or it's in another later set. Protection from black, sacrifice Pilgrim of Virtue. The next time a black source would deal of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, prevent that damage, so not bad. You could also do it against like your own treacherous cards. So Hallowed Healer, creature cleric, tap prevent the next 2 damage that will be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Threshold does 4, so not bad. We got a Dusk Imp, creature, it's a 2/1 flying imp, it's alright. We got a Fire Bolt with flashback. That's with the old graveyard symbol in the top corner used to be. Deals 2 damage to target creature or player, and it's got flashback for 5. Still Life enchantments. This is our first uncommon. Pay 2, Still Life becomes a 4/3 Centaur until turn. It's still an enchantment. Alright. Squirrel Nest. I love Squirrel Nest. Squirrel Nest. So there was the Earthcraft Squirrel Nest combo where you can make infinite squirrels. It doesn't really work very well in mid-go. I have a squirrel deck in mid-go, but I took the Squirrel Nest out of it. Or no, I took Earthcraft out of it because it just took so long to make that many squirrels. But yeah, Enchanted Land has tap, put a 1/1 green squirrel creature token into play. So if you figure out how this works, you put it on a forest, you make a squirrel, then you tap the squirrel with Earthcraft to untap the forest, and you keep going. We got a Barbarian Ring, lands, nice. Add 1 red mana to your mana pool. Barbarian Ring deals 1 damage to you. Threshold, you can tap, sacrifice it, deals 2 damage to a creature or player. Oh, we got a foil rare. Cephalid Shrine enchantments. That is nice. There appears to be a print line right here, though. Whoops. Right here. I don't know if you can make that out, but there's a little print line right there. But this is super pretty. Whenever a player plays a spell, counter that spell unless that player plays X, where X is the number of the cards in all graveyards with the same name as that spell. This could be very useful. Not in Commander, but this could have been very useful back in the day. I wonder if this is worth anything. This might be worth a little bit, or probably not. We'll look it up later, but we did get a foil rare. That's pretty nice. Let's see what Torment holds for us. Last week we got foils. This week we got foils. This box is full of foils. I don't know how common foils were back in the day. I only was able to buy a couple packs or a couple pre-cons back in the day, so I don't remember exactly how many foils you'd see. We got a Spirit Flare, tap target, untap creature you control. If you do, it deals damage equal to its power to target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls. So you tapped an untapped creature, okay. So basically, it doesn't fight, it's not a fight mechanic, it just deals damage. And then to flashback it, you have to pay 2 and 3 life, so, alright. Organ Grinder. We got a zombie. 1 second, I gotta take a breath. Whew. We got Creature Zombie, remove 3 cards in your graveyard from the game. Target player loses 3 life. Interesting. Kind of fighting your own threshold there, though. Centaur Veteran, trample, discard a card from your hand to regenerate Centaur Veteran. Alright. Skywing Aben, Bird Soldiers. This is only 143 card set. Flying, discard a card from your hand, return it to its owner's hand. We got another Waste Away. We got a Longhorn Fire Beast. I remember this guy. This guy actually, this card art inspired a creature in a novel I was writing, or still am writing, but it inspired like a giant fire minotaur or a fire bull. It was pretty interesting. When it comes into play, an opponent may have it deal 5 damage to him or her. If it does, you can sacrifice it. So you say, hey, I can get a 3/2, or you can take 5. Most of the time they'll just let 3/2 list, but it's a 3/2 for 3. So, it's not amazing, but sometimes you can goad them into having you sack it. Accelerate, target creature gains haste until end turn, draw a card. Another Cephalid Aristocrat was pretty interesting. When it becomes the target of a spell or ability, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. So this means it can be your own spells or your own abilities. Pay no heed, prevent all damage a source of your choice would deal this turn. Restless Dreams. As an additional cost to play Restless Dreams, discard X cards from your hand. Return X target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So, not bad. Obsessive Search. So you pay 1, draw a card, and you have Madness. We get into the uncommons. We got Gloom Drifter. Flying Threshold. When a Gloom Drifter comes into play, non-black creatures get -2/-2 until end turn. Alright. We get ourselves a Zombie Trailblazer. Tap an untapped zombie you control. Target lands becomes a swamp until end of turn. Tap an untapped zombie you control. Target creature gains Swamp Walk until end of turn. So, it's alright. And our last uncommon is a Hydromorph Gull. Guardian, our Bird Guardian. Flying, sacrifice the Gull. Counter target spell that targets 1 or more creatures you control. It's alright. And our rare is Reborn Hero. Attacking does not cause Reborn Hero to tap. And Threshold, when Reborn Hero is put into a graveyard from play, you may pay 2 white. If you do, return it to play under your owner's control. Alright, so if you have Threshold, you can bring it back. Alright, let's open up the Judgement Pack. So far, we haven't really got any of the super high winners. Let me, okay, so we gotta do boop, boop, boop. We got another Trained Pronghorn, another Dwarven Scorcher, Harvester Druid, another Envelop, Arcane Teaching. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has tap, deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So it's basically you teach it to Tim things. What do you ping? Or I forget what you call this. We got another Cage Mail, another one of the Bark Rippers, Flaring Pain with flashback. Damage can't be prevented this turn, and you have flashback. So it's pretty nice. Someone's like Fog, you're like nah, no. Null Mage Advocate. Would that work? Because Fog is prevent all combat damage. And then you play Flaring Pain, which would go on top of the stack. So it's like damage cannot be prevented this turn. So I think they would cancel each other out. Null Mage Advocate, Insect Druid, return target card to its opponent's graveyard. In an opponent's graveyard to his or her hand, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Well, jeez, man. I'm trying to understand what this card does. Return 2 target cards in an opponent's graveyard to his or her hand. So you're like, no threshold for you, and I'm going to destroy this target artifact or enchantment. Okay. That could be good. Mental note, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard and draw a card. If you knew it was on top, not bad. Could be worse. Defy Gravity, target creature gains flying until end turn, and it has flashback for 1. Nice. Fire Blitz, or Fire Cat Blitz. Put X/1/1 red cat creature tokens in with haste into play. Remove from the game at the end of turn, so that's not too bad. Flashback is 2 red and sacrifice X mountains. That is, I mean, if you're trying to close out the game, that could work. That could work. Planar Chaos. Ooh, I know this is worth a couple bucks. This is pretty nice. At the beginning of your upkeep, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, sacrifice Planar Chaos. Whenever a player plays a spell, that player flips a coin. If he or she loses, counter that spell. That could be you as well. So that's not too bad. Our next uncommon, I'm going to set that aside. We got Filth. It's a creature incarnation swamp walk. As long as filth is in your graveyard and you control a swamp, creatures you control have swamp walk. I mean, it's not that great if your opponent's not playing. Well, back then your opponent was probably playing black. There was a high chance. Interesting though that it had the kind of flashback graveyard symbol, but okay. It kind of just reminds you, hey man, you have filth in your graveyard. Okay. And then, Crush of Worms. Crush of Worms might not be worth a lot these days, but Crush of Worms was awesome back in the day. So it's 9 mana, put 3/6/6 green worm creature token into play, and flash it back for 12. It was surprisingly very good. At least when I played limited, this was a really good card. All right, so let's see what these cards are worth. I think Planetary Chaos is worth a couple bucks. So we'll check those. We'll see what we got here. And if any of you notice a card that I'm not looking up, feel free to let me know. So let me check this real quick. What do we got? Is Planetary Chaos on my list? I'm pretty sure it is. Planetary Chaos is worth $2. There we go. All right. What about... Nope, not Genesis. All right, let me just let me do the quick old searching up the specific cards, because I think Crush of Worms is worth almost nothing now, but Crush of Worms. What do we got here? Crush of Worms is actually $1.29. Not bad. What would it be if it was foil? It would be $4 if it was foil. Okay. All right. Apologies for the noise outside. My neighbors, they have these like announcements happen every once in a while. All right. Let's try Reborn Hero. Reborn, probably worth nothing. No, Hero. Be my hero, baby. Reborn Hero is currently worth 30 or 29 cents. And what about Cephalid? Cephalid Shrine. What do we got with the Shrine? Foil Shrine is worth 79 cents. Well, or 68 cents, because it got a little curl going on there, so it's not as bad as the other ones, as some of the other ones. What about this? There was a land. Barbarian Ring? Let's check Barbarian Ring real quick. We got just Squirrel Nest. Any good uncommons in here? Yeah, let's try Barbarian Ring. Let's see that real quick. Barbarian Ring. Probably not worth a lot. No. Oh, it was reprinted. Barbarian Ring, 79 cents. What about Squirrel Nest? A Squirrel Nest has been reprinted, I am aware. Squirrel. Original Squirrel Nest, $1.29. All right. So that's what we got so far. Hope y'all enjoyed. Tune back in next week. We're going to crack some more packs. See y'all around. Later.